to your second lesson. I hope the last one went well. Just to review, we went over how to open the case and put the instrument together. Remember, without pressing down on any keys. That's really important. Also, we learned, what did we learn? Oh, we learned how to get a sound from producing the right amount of air. Remember that? Try it again. We thought of rice or a piece of paper wadded up, and to get that sound to go through the head joint of the flute. Now today we're going to try to get 3 notes sounded on our flute. First, let's begin by singing these pitches. Do, do, do. We can put solfege to them if you'd like. Do, re, mi. You repeat. Your turn. Do, re, mi. Good. Let's try that one more time. Do, re, mi. Your turn. Good. It's really important to get that sound right out and to use your singing voice so we can hear those pitches well. Now, let's put the flute back together. Do you remember how to put it back together? Let's take your flute out. So remember, you take the head joint and the body of the flute, and we're not pressing down on any of the keys, remember? Holding it just firmly. You can hold it on the top, or maybe if you find a good spot on the bottom where you're not holding the keys. I like to hold it down here with my fingers wrapped around. And we're going to put the head joint back in, nice and snug. Remember, how does it line up? Is this right? No. We want it to line up with tone holes. Right. So it lines up right there. Good. Now I need to put the bottom on. Holding the flute, holding the end joint, put it on just so that here's the rod from the bottom joint, find that. And now you want that to line up with this key you have here. Oh, I'm sorry, this key you have here. Okay, see how it lines up right in there? That is so when you have your finger on there, it fits just so. See how that? Try that. Put your finger down. If you don't have it on there right, it may be off to the side. You have nowhere to put your finger. It doesn't go on that key. So be sure it's nice and comfortable. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay? I'll wait for you to get it. Good. Okay. So now we're going to leap ahead and try to put those pitches together. Do you remember them? Do, re, mi. Okay. So, flute up to the top part. I'm trusting that you practiced a lot with the rice and just the head joint, because now we're going to put it all together. So holding it up high, notice how my right hand, no, this is my left hand. My left hand goes in front of the flute. So notice how it's away from me, it goes in front. And you're going to be putting this finger, right, the little key down with your index finger, the next key down with your middle finger, and this key down. So you have 1, 2, 3. Okay? You're supporting it in the back with your thumb on these keys here. Those are your B flat keys. And on the bottom, for right now, we're not using these 3 keys, but just so you know, it would be da, ba, ba. And you probably don't have a flute with holes in it, so that might be confusing because you see these 2 keys. Now this one will not go down if you have this one down. And then the next one works together with this one. So just be sure you go one over, and you go all the way down. So if that's confusing to you, just think from the bottom of the flute, from the body joint, you want the last 3. Okay? So for right now, we're just using 1, 2, 3. We're resting it on our thumb. And down here, you can support it by your thumb as well. Okay, do you have that? It's your right hand on this side, left hand on this side. You have it down. Check your flute. Down there. Good. Now we're going to try to get a sound out by putting this finger down, the next finger down, and this finger down. Okay? Now remember the rise. Put it on here, roll it down, and blow. You try. If the pitch is a little different, it's because we're not in tune, but just try to get that pitch out. Try to get a sound out. Remember, that was our do. Do. Now to get re, wait, do, do, re. What would we have to do? Put down another finger. That would make it longer, so it would be a lower sound. So we actually want to lift up. So lift up your ring finger. This is re. Try that note. Good. You try a few times. Alternate from going. If you're having trouble getting the sound out, a common problem could be the placement of your mouth in comparison to the tone hole. Let's check that out first. Let's be sure you have it directly in the middle of your lips. If it's over on this side, or here, or here, or here, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get that sound and the air directly out. Be sure it's right in the middle. I'll move closer so you can see my embouchure. Embouchure is the lip setup. If you have a mirror nearby, check yourself in the mirror. Okay, assuming you're doing well with this, let's move on and review the pitches we had just learned. So remember how we're holding our flute, 1, 2, 3, and then you can rest your thumb here, rest your thumb on the back, this arm's in front, this arm's in back. With 1, 2, 3 down, let's hear that tone again. Good, let's do re. Okay, now what are we going to do next? Lift up the middle finger, so now we hear me, me, do, re, mi, mi, re, do. Okay, this will conclude our second lesson. If you have any questions, be sure to go back to the first lesson, go to the second lesson, and pause and stop wherever you find necessary. I hope it's going well.